Hello everybody. Just gonna see if this is gonna log on here. I have a feeling we're on, but it doesn't always work. I'm alone. It's true. I don't have a little artist, so I'm gonna be doing the birds all by myself.
No, you're not. I'm here.
I guess everyone is a little suspicious about the chair next to me. Yeah, Miss Sophia Rainbows is here, and we are going to do the birds as requested by all of you.
Well,
And last week we decided to vote on 3 different birds: owls, flamingos, and parrots, and you all chose, well, you chose all of them. So we've got a lot of drawing to do. So get your pencils and your erasers ready. Hello everyone! Hello Janie, hello Michael, hello Cassidy. Glad to see you guys here again. Sorry, we're gonna get
poked myself.
Did you poke yourself? You have a camera to put up. Did you hurt yourself?
Yeah.
Oh no, Sophia hurt herself with a pencil,
I
guys.
poked myself.
Art can be a little dangerous.
Hola.
Hello, Emily.
Hola.
We are showing off the pandas from last week. We had some great entries. This is Sophia's panda, Oceanie, who she based off of Minecraft. You guys really love Minecraft, don't you? I think it's awesome. And Oceanie, why did I call her Pandy? Oceanie the panda is swimming on the bottom of the ocean with her Cebu, and elder guardians and guardians, and a dolphin who's coming to her rescue, and little tropical fish.
She doesn't see them coming up behind her.
And here's my panda and the little red panda. I added little black paws onto the little red panda because I forgot to add those last week. And we have this lovely Minecraft panda from Cassidy. Look at all those colors.
Aww.
And it's funny because I think that the A looks a little bit like you've made this a panda unicorn too on your panda, which I know was not your intent, but I think it's adorable. And we've got Bamboo Leaf the second and Bamboo Leaf the third. And we showed it to Bamboo Leaf and the original, and Bamboo Leaf the original loved it, didn't she?
Yeah.
She thought that was pretty funny. Bamboo Leaf the second and Bamboo Leaf the third, and a Minecraft panda. And I think that, Michael, you did an awesome job of adding. I think you did a better Minecraft panda than I did, Michael. And then here is an awesome collection of all of these different red pandas. And if I'm not mistaken, Emily, this is like very Animal Crossing. Looks like they could all just be put into the Animal Crossing game. I thought that was awesome. And Stitches. I love too. That's where you started doing the instructions for what we did for the thing, and then you went off and did your own thing, like always, which I think is amazing. You guys never cease to amaze me at how your creativity comes about. And how about a buffalo, just because? I don't know. It's a buffalo. Maybe it's a bison. Okay, so today we are going, we're going on a bit of a bird adventure. I'm going to put my keyboard away because I'm a little bit all out of sorts. Get my drawing pad out. All right. So we're going to draw birds, and we're drawing 3 different types of birds. That's going to be a lot of instruction. I'll try to make it quick though, because as you guys know, I like to try and give you guys bases that are similar to start with, that you can create anything you want from those bases and then build on them and make them your own. Because that's kind of what art is. You want to take and make something into your own design or your own creation, whether it's different colors or you want to add, make it into the
I just read a comment.
Minecraft stuff.
This weekend I will play the wrong. Yay.
Sophia just read the wrong comment. She's excited about that. Okay, so to start, most of our guys are going to start. I'll show you all three on my page at the same time, which might be a little bit overwhelming, but you'll see how similar they are. And you can decide as we go whether you want to do all three.
I want to do all three.
If you want to make them different birds, because I think somebody really wanted to do a blue jay last week. So I'll show that too. So as always, start off with a head, circle, or oval. And mine's a little
which
extra.
one do you want to draw first? Because I have all three on my page.
You're going to do all three? I'm starting with the owl.
Libu.
Libu. We'll start with an owl.
These are my circle.
And you make another oval. For the owl, this is a longer circle. And you want to do these lightly because maybe you want to change the shape or structure of your owl. Maybe your owl is particularly a proud owl and he's got a puffed up chest. Or maybe he's just regular owl. I don't know. But you can do those with light. I'm doing them dark
Yes,
so you
it
can
is
all
French
see.
for owl.
Yep. Ibu is French for owl. It's so tight. It was dusty in here. I can't stop sneezing in here lately too. All right. Okay, well since Sophia likes to do it all on one separate page, we'll...
Comments there.
What?
Look at the...
Did you see all of the amazing emoji?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But...
Do you see top fan? Is that what you see?
Yeah.
Sophia's so very excited to see the top fan badge. She doesn't realize I've added that. So that if you've been commenting a lot or participating in posts on Sam Ian Art, you get a little top fan badge. So she's super excited to see that. Most of you will probably have it very soon if you don't already. Okay, so my gosh, owl. I'm distracted. Owls have very big eyes and they're at the front of their head. So I tend to like making sure I've got my little dotted line to remind myself of which way my owl is facing. And I'm putting two big owl eyes right there. So I use circles for the owl eyes.
My owl has big eyes.
And right about there, the owl's eyes come into a triangle, which is a bit curved, like a pizza slice again. You can make it a little more hooked. You can make it a little
so
bigger. And that is the owl's
beak. Look at this. Look at this little guy.
Well, that is a cute big-eyed owl, Sophia. I like them. Then you take... Actually, I'm making my owl a little... I won't wing spread him. I'll just put it right here for now. We'll talk about wings in a second. You do another sort of triangle or leaf shape for the wing. That overlaps that bottom circle just by a bit.
My dude would kind of...
If you want them smaller wings, don't make them overlap the circle. That's okay. I like to give my owls just an extra wing. And because this owl's sort of turning a little bit to the side,
my owl's hooking shit on.
You can't really see his other wing. And they usually wrap their wings right around their bodies. I put a little triangle for the tail.
Wait, and my owl is facing forward.
Which sort of peeks out from underneath. If your owl's facing forward, you put two wings. So you can see two triangles on either side if your owl is facing forward. You put a little tiny tail. If your owl is, yeah, you could do, just Sophia's done hers where the tail is coming out the bottom if you want to see it on the other side of the branch. And then you roll 2, 3 C's like that for claws and connect them a little bit. And you can start erasing a few things, a few lines where things are overlapping and it looks a little confusing. I'm going to do a 4th
tiny
C.
legs, and I make kind of upside down forks.
Well, yeah, if you're doing showing off the legs, you can do that too. And did you know that owls have very long legs? You just don't see them standing up. A lot of the time they're crouched down. They have long legs so they can reach into the grass and grab
He's
mice
like,
and rodents.
he's about to land on the branch, so he's curling his legs a tiny bit.
So you can just sort of make the talons grip at the branches. Now, depending on, I'm going to do some erasing here on the wing so you can see. You might be a little bit disconnected there. And depending on what kind of owl you want to make.
I want to make a snowy owl.
A snowy owl. Snowy owls don't have, most snowy owls don't have little horns, or what are called feathers that look like horns on them. So they would just be a round head. So if you're doing a snowy owl, you can put your little eyeballs in and give them little patterns on their head that look like flecks in the snow.
I'm probably going to do that with the darker.
So if you if you want to do Hedwig, for example, from Harry Potter, you could do that.
I'm making his eyeballs.
I'm just putting a branch so it doesn't look like the owl's just floating there. I made my owl a little bit bigger because I was going to show you all three of them at the same time, but I realized Sophia, how she does it is to put one on each page. Oh, we have some requests for trivia already. Well, we will get some trivia. I'm going to start.
I have 6 trivia questions.
I'm going to start with, do you have your owl landing in? Okay.
He's he's trying to aim for it.
He's trying to aim for the branch. If you want to make your owl a great horned owl.
I need to make my little pattern.
Okay. If you want to make a great horned owl, you would just add 2 little triangles onto this guy. Just like so. And they would have similar patterns because owls are, like most creatures, camouflaged really well in nature, so they would have bark-like patterns on their wings and bellies so that they can hide. So this would be my owl. I'm just going to move them over here. I'm going to keep them on the page, make them a little smaller for now. The magic of computers. And I'm going to start on...
My buddy's name is Snow.
Snow. We're going to start on the flamingo.
Flamingo.
And then we'll get some trivia going because I know you guys love the trivia. So, similar idea for a flamingo. I'm going to put the flamingo right in the middle of the page. Start with an oval for the head because they have some...
An oval.
An oval.
This guy's head is going to be really weird.
This guy's going to be weird. He's a very flat oval. I like it. So then you want the body, which is going to be a slightly bigger oval, and you want it to be a little distance away from the head.
Because they have long... Here's a fact! They have long necks, so they can put their heads into the water to find their favorite foods.
Yes. Mine's going to be a little bit shorter flamingo. It's going to be a cute flamingo.
He's a big flamingo.
And I realized that, Michael, maybe you suggested flamingo because you watch Flamingo on YouTube, which is a YouTube channel that does a lot of gaming stuff for kids. Well, sort of for kids, for a certain age of kids. And they do a lot of Roblox stuff. So it was kind of funny when I was looking up a picture of Flamingo. That was one of the first hits I got, and I went, I know somebody's a Roblox player. And maybe that's why they said flamingo. Or
okay,
flamingo.
I'll start the trivia.
Yep, next step is to do an S or a curve shape for the neck.
Flamingo.
If you want your neck taller for your flamingo, just separate the body and the head just a little bit more.
Which is the predator? A, owl, B, parrot, C, flamingo.
Okay, so which one of the 3 birds we're drawing today is the predator?
Owl, parrot, or flamingo?
Owl, predator, or flamingo? Flamingo. Flamingo. Who is the predator? So the next step for the flamingo, while you're thinking about that, is
So this is owl. Very much an owl.
Owl, very much an owl. I do this.
There's a bonus piece to this question as well.
Yes, there is. A bonus trivia part to this. What I do, because this doesn't look like a beak yet, you'll see why I do this in a minute. I put a square or a rectangle out, and then I put a tiny curved triangle on the bottom. And I don't worry about erasing it too much because
His mouth, his beak looks like a toucan's beak.
well, they're kind of in the same category of birds in the way that they gather their food. So we have 1 vote flamingo, 2 votes flamingo, 1 vote, 2 votes, 3 votes owl, 4 votes owl. The answer is
Owl. The bonus question is, how can you tell an owl is a predator
besides by what
besides
it eats. That's
what
right.
it eats?
Besides by what it eats, how can you tell that the owl is the predator? Well, I'm going to give you a big clue. The next step we're going to do is put the eye on the flamingo. You just want one big circle because from this perspective we're just seeing the side of the flamingo. I'm making this guy really kind of derpy looking. That's okay. He's like,
What?
what is
My
happening?
little dude's gonna be looking at the
I'm going to
ground.
erase the neck and make it look like it's
He's
connected
looking at
properly.
the ground, big dude.
You can add an extra line in there if you like to have your
I'm gonna
flamingo
come
smiling.
on
You could
to
do that
the
if you
again.
wanted. That's up to you. I think in this flamingo's case, I'm not going to have him smile. So I've got this big eye. He looks really surprised, flamingo, which is a hint to the bonus part of our question about predators and how you can tell a bird is a predator or not.
Eagles have this too.
Oh, we got 2 more owls in on that one too. How can you tell that the owl is a predator? So we'll put a triangle here on the back of the bird
Hold on.
for the back of the flamingo's tail.
Hold on.
Hooked talons, very good. Eyes in the front of their head, and their ability to rotate their head. Somebody might be taking some animal studies. Those are all very good reasons. The primary one is definitely because the owl's eyes are in the front of their head. Owls, predatory birds like owls, hawks, eagles, just to name a few, the raptor families, have binocular vision, which means they have their eyes, like we do, on the front of our heads, facing forward so they can see very, very well and focus very well on tiny details. Other birds have an eye on either side, and I forgot to look up what that's called. But most prey or animals that are hunted have eyes on either side, like rabbits, although they're a little less pronounced, but birds for sure, and that's so they can see around without having to move their head too much.
Yeah, so if one makes a sound in one side of a bush, they'll look over, and then they'll pounce from the other side of the bush.
Yeah, so yeah, that's exactly it. So if they're using tactics like sort of a pincer move or coming from the side, they can see it in either way. Because so for flamingo, we all know they have very, very long legs.
And they can stand out of the water.
And they have webbed toes.
Oh my goodness. Mine is ending up being.
And owls are pretty cool because they can rotate their head. Is that one of our questions? I don't want to go and trump one of our questions. I might have just given away a question.
No.
They can rotate their head 270 degrees.
Don't do too much about a certain word.
That's okay, I won't. Which is to say. Oh yeah, no, I won't.
No, you're not giving away a question.
Because they can rotate their head almost all the way around, but not quite, 270 degrees, so not all full circle, almost a full circle. Flamingos can also rotate their head almost all the way around, because what they do when they are eating is dip their head into the water and rotate their head upside down to catch their prey, which is algae or crustaceans. So I guess they're kind of predators if you're looking at that, at the microfish. But they tilt it upside down and it goes into their mouth. And if you're doing the next leg of a flamingo, which might be a good go, you try to do the number 4 if he's facing the way I'm making him face. The knees of a flamingo bend the opposite way to how human knees bend. So then you can have your webbed feet hanging there.
Can't get his feet.
And they have little knobby knees.
You're going too quick.
No problem. I will wait and pause and tell a fact about the fact that the flamingo's feet are actually, according to National Geographic, the space between the webbed toes and where the knee joint is. That is a whole flamingo foot, believe it or not. And they actually stand on their tiptoes. Looked into owl pellets. Did you know they used to do that, and probably will when it's open again, at the Museum of Science, Museum of Nature in Ottawa, if you're in Ottawa. A lot of nature museums do that. It's pretty interesting to see that owls some owls, like barn owls, pardon me, I'm adjusting, lots of squeaks. Barn owls will eat their prey whole. So when you're looking at their pellets, you can sort of see all of the pieces, the bones and fur and whatnot, which might not be all that appealing for some people, but I thought it was really cool to learn about how owls and what owls eat. And you can see it in their pellets. That's really cool.
Going too fast.
Owl pellets. Oh yeah. See, I don't remember us actually getting to do that. Because I remember having to go to the museum to do that, which is kind of neat. You know one thing that is true. What is that one thing? I bet you know a lot of things that are true. So there's our flamingo. Are you up to the flamingo? You're coloring your flamingo already. You can color your flamingo in a second. I'm going to transform.
I'm doing her name.
Oh, what's her name?
Rosie.
Rosie the flamingo. I haven't shown any open wings yet, but I will get to that because I know some of you would like to add that flair to your birds. So the next bird we're going to do is a parrot, and Sophia has some more trivia.
Which bird can sleep standing on one leg? A, owl, B, parrot, C, flamingo.
Who can sleep on one leg? The owl, parrot, or flamingo? And I should say that they can do this, but they don't often do this if they can help it. So if we're doing a parrot, and this, my friends, is where you can start changing up your birds because we're learning different beaks here. I'll show some more. What are you doing?
I'm writing her name. Song.
So I'm going to start off with another circle.
Wait, I'm still writing her name.
We have flamingo as a guess.
Sing.
And parrots are very much all almost one shape. So you're going to see this once we do this. We're doing a bit of a cartoon, so it's a bit exaggerated, but sort of similar to an owl. Draw an oval. And again, if you want a very, very round parrot, you can make that oval rounder and bigger. If you want a very skinny parrot, you can shrink that oval a little bit.
Sing Song is gonna be big when she has her wings curled.
Okay.
But she's flying right now.
Okay, well I will show a wing on this one because I know some people are being very, very patient on that.
The answer?
The answer is for what one can sleep.
Which bird can sleep standing on one leg?
It's one thing that both can do. Ooh, I'd like to know what that is.
Flamingo.
Flamingo. We've had a couple other guesses of flamingo. Yes, absolutely.
What a group of owls is called?
Oh, here's the next question.
Parliament, a pat, or a pandemonium.
A group of owls is called a parliament, a pat, or a pandemonium.
And those
For my younger artists who don't know what a parliament is, if you think about Canadian government and where they are, where they meet, this is Parliament Hill. And although I'm sure our parents might have jokes or smiles when we say this, Parliament is supposed to be a place where people who are wise and knowing can go and talk about the issues and come up with decisions and move forward of the day. So that's what a parliament is supposed to be, a discussion about places. Pandemonium is another word for absolute craziness. It's just like there's shouting and jumping and screaming and whatnot going on. Pandemonium, it's like, wow, wacky, crazy. So those are two words, two very big words. And a pat, well, pat. So we have a guess of a parliament. Owls form, a group of owls is called a parliament, according to what someone. Okay, we'll go on to the next step for our parrot. Parrots have very similar beaks to flamingos. And we're going to do this one from the side. So I do my box with a little bit of a curved corner.
I'm doing her
From the front. If you are doing it from the front, you can do it this way. Draw a circle, half circle or semicircle, and bring it the walls of that semicircle down more like a block, and then
she's kind of looking
tiny triangle. So that would be the front. So we have, I don't know, a parliament. So I'm just making my beak here, and I want this parrot's beak to be, I'm doing it too small so I can't see. So beak, big eye on the side. And you can start adding sort of designs on a parrot where they have lines of black around their beak. They have a black, or like a toucan in their thing.
My
and mine,
parrot's
I'm going
colorful.
to
I'm gonna
embrace some of the
base her
connection.
off of my first ever parrot in
toucan.
Minecraft.
And pecan.
I'm gonna base Sing Song after my first ever parrot in Minecraft.
First ever parrot in Minecraft. So I do
Where
a
I
couple,
fell in a hole of water and she
drowned.
She decided to jump in with me and she drowned.
In Minecraft, it was very sad. So 1, 2.
And then I went back
3,
and got another one.
4. Oh, that's a little too many. Sorry. It is supposed to be 4-toed, and I'll just do a few toes because it's getting a little crowded in there.
You done?
And very, very long triangle.
Wait.
Very, very long triangle, just to make the tail. Parrots' tails are long and colorful. Okay? And if you want to make this parrot looking like
And Sing Song's so cute.
you can make it a cockatiel by adding some crusts onto your parrot. And don't worry, E, I haven't forgotten your request for a blue jay. I'll show you that in just a sec. If you're drawing the bird wing open, bird wings are kind of like arms, and they have elbows in them too. So I always start with one line.
I'm making my
top
own
part of the wing,
I'm making my own kind of wings.
and another long line for the trailing, for the main bone that's there,
I'm making
and the trailing feather.
I'm
That's
making
how I do
my
it.
own magic wings.
You go ahead and make your own magic wings. That's totally fine. You can make them butterfly wings. You can make them any wings you want. And what you do with this is you think of a semicircle radiating from the body of your bird to the tip of the wing, and then you can draw your feathers in like so. Following that, and then you can erase your line if you want. We've got a lot of people who are done. Are you done? Like you've drawn them and you've colored them? Wow. That's pretty awesome. Well, I thought this was going to take ages to do, but you guys are fast. I'm so proud.
My sing-song is so cute.
So I'm sing-song. Here's sing-song. Sophia's done wings a little bit differently. I don't know if you can see that. She's done
I've made hearts.
hearts for wings, so that's cool.
Connected hearts.
So there we go. There is this guy. So we have some more trivia. You want to do the trivia while I do his request of a blue jay?
Okay. The answer is parliament.
Correct. Parliament. And that phrase is coined by, well, two people, Chaucer, many years ago, and C.S. Lewis, who described talking owls in a group in his Narnia Chronicles of Narnia, as a parliament of owls. Or a parliament of, yeah, it was a parliament of owls, so it was talking owls, and he called them parliament. Second one. This one, oh, you got your answers right there. Don't watch your answers.
I know, but it's not.
Oh, you're not on camera. Okay, second one. And all these draw
A group of parrots are called A squawk, B, pandemonium, or C, a party.
Group of parrots is called a squawk, a pandemonium, or a party. Very similar body to the parrot for any bird, really. And blue jays are seed gatherers, so their beaks are a little different. And I do it from the side on a profile because you can see his crest. Oh, it's more like a woodpecker. We don't want to have a woodpecker. C. Is that the party?
Yes.
Thinking of their colorfulness and their awesomeness. That's pretty good. Think about, yes indeed, think about a parrot and a bunch of parrots getting together and what you would call them. This one is actually an interesting visual. It smells so good even though it's pencil crayon. Did you know I love the smell of pencil crayon or markers? Don't sniff markers too much because some of them are made of some stuff that's not so good for your... So blue jay. A. We have a guess for A.
Which was squawk.
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 So
A squawk.
a blue jay has this really cool crest on its head.
Squawk.
That's a bit like a shark fin.
Can't squawk. Sounds more like a quack than squawk.
So I would put a little fin on the top just like that. And then you'd follow almost the same thing. A little triangle for his tail. You could make a woodpecker out of this too. Just make the beak a little bit longer.
Rosie's kind of simple. Rosie! I know it's a sing-song in the back. It's 'cause
and their little feet would be a little bit shorter. No! No! I'm glad you saw that. So, we have a couple of guesses all over the map, so are you ready for it?
The answer is boom, 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 boom.
I'm waiting.
B. Pandemonium.
It's pandemonium.
It's a pandemonium of parrots.
A pandemonium of parrots. Can you imagine a parrot trying to make noises and repeating and imitating things, all of them doing it at once? It would be a little chaotic.
Chaotic, yeah.
So, since you probably gathered, we're asking what groups of... I almost said penguins. We didn't do a penguin. Parrots and owls are. Our next question is... What is a
group of flamingos called?
Yeah, what is a group of flamingos called? Are you ready?
Flamingos.
Gonna read out the answers, or do you want me to do that while you're coloring? You're pretty into your coloring. I'll read it out because Sophia is really into coloring.
A, misery. B, a coven. Or C, a pat.
So, I'm very good at ventriloquism, apparently. Just kidding. Sophia says a misery, a coven, or a pat.
What's ventriloquism?
Ventriloquism is throwing my voice, or you throwing your voice. So, is a group of flamingos a misery, a coven, or a pat? And just to confuse you all, they are all indeed names of groups of birds. The only two that were not actual names of groups of birds was the squawk and the party. But all of these are names of groups of birds.
I want to say that one of these names, one of the choices from a group of flamingos is called, is actually, one of them is a group of ravens.
Yeah, one of them is the name of a group of ravens, if you want to. So I'm just going to start sketching a few pieces of birds here just for fun. This blue jay would have, and he would have a white ring or a white sort of thing around his eye. So and I'll make his head a little better. So I would sort of change his head just a little bit like that, because that's how I do a cardinal. You have a pat as a guess. I'm going to guess that he probably wants Blue Jay because maybe is he a Blue Jays fan and is missing baseball? Because I'm missing baseball a little bit. I like watching sports, and I'm sad we're going to miss the Olympics potentially this year. I think we already have announced that, haven't we? That's all right. We'll see them perform.
Oh wait, I was gonna base her. Wrong color. Should be more of this color. My bad.
So we have a guess the pat, but everybody else seems to be pretty quiet on the topic. Maybe we will give the answer. Are you ready?
I'm gonna wait, but just a tiny bit longer for answers.
I'll also let you guys know I love birds, or studying birds, or looking at birds for different other animals. I use the how birds look to build dragons. I use sort of bird forms for fairies, for fairy wings, and
snow is basically color right there.
sometimes I even think of birds for mermaids. And this month is Junicorn.
It's Junicorn. Last
So
May was Mermaid.
Last month for the challenge for artists was Mermaid.
I have a hilarious pun for the answer of
This blue jay
the
was a
next
little
one.
bit upset about something.
I have a hilarious pun for the answer of this.
You have a
Trivia
hilarious.
question.
Well, answer.
The answer is boom, 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 boom.
People are waiting. The answer is
A pat.
a pat. Yep.
I want to give the flamingos a pat on the back.
Oh, grown. Pat on the back for the flamingos.
Yep. Change the color of his branch, of Snow's branch a little bit. Making it a bit more red. Burgundy.
Wow, so this is getting to be quite a few birds I've gotten on here. So one of the things I like to do is if I'm creating a creature, like a dragon, from scratch.
The owls from Parliament like to paddle a bit. To get it, I played on Parliament.
Parle, to talk, parle.
Parle a bit.
Talk. That's true.
Because it sounds like Parliament.
You have one more question. Don't leave these people hanging.
What weighs more, a bird's feathers or a bird's skeleton or bones?
What weighs more, a bird's feathers or their bones? Or their skeleton? Like you can call it the whole skeleton, but which weighs more? Well, we'll get to that in just a second. You're getting excited, probably because you're all finished. I'm going to show you what I'm going to draw with this guy here. But what weighs more? A bird's feathers because the bird's bones are hollow.
That's one of our guesses.
One of our guesses. You've got to guess for bones. So this is a dragon attempt. This is just a quick dragon sketch. Bon. I'm going to take this to a little sketch of a dragon. So
We're trying to spell bone. I love it.
C'est bon.
C'est bone.
C'est bon.
C'est bonne.
Bonne.
Bone. C'est bone.
So
That was a
you
pun?
see the bird features I'm using? for
Are
this
you
dragon?
intentionally ignoring my pun?
Yes. What?
C'est bone.
So we have a bunch of feathers and a bon, which is good. And I might even add feathers as decorations for this particular dragon head. The answer is, and Emily spelled it out really well, a bird's feathers. For most birds, not all birds, but the majority of birds, their feathers will weigh more than their bones because they are hollow. Bones are hollow. It helps the birds to fly. Do not say that. Do not say that. Do not say bone. Oh no. Why not? What's up? Not all birds. Some birds' bones will actually, their skeleton would actually weigh more than the rest of them. But in most cases. So this is what I would do for creating a different creature. I would use pieces of bird anatomy to make a different creature altogether. I'm not feeling very much like I want to color today, so I'm just doodling as we finish up and get into another fun part because we all love trivia. Are we done our trivia for today?
That's all of the trivia.
What would you guys like to do next week? I mentioned that this month is Junicorn, and I know we've already done horses and unicorns, and zebras and giraffes. And somebody, we might be looking to celebrate a certain somebody in some people's lives. Dads, if you've got a dad figure in your life that you want to celebrate.
If you guys play Minecraft, there's a new Nether update coming out this month.
And I'm so excited.
Really? We're down to Minecraft again?
Hi, little bug. Little bug. Nope. Put a little snow on the ground.
This is really hard for me to draw in a marker. Like, this is essentially what I'm drawing, is just straight to marker. I love drawing with pencils. And then this is getting weird. I think I'll stop right there. I don't know. Well, no, because then he doesn't look complete. Let's make it a...
Are you drawing a unicorn?
No. I'm drawing a...
Yeah, 1.16.
Yeah, the 16th.
Yeah.
So we'd have 2 weeks before that.
No, he's saying 1.16.
Oh, 1.16.
That's the update name. The Nether update.
You're talking Minecraft?
Yeah, we're talking Minecraft here.
Do you talk about anything but Minecraft?
Sometimes.
We do, don't we? We talk about Minecraft and animals and Animal Crossing and
Minecraft Dungeons.
Roblox. You guys have lots of cool interests.
Minecraft Dungeons.
Minecraft Dungeons. Not
Yeah.
everybody will be allowed to play Minecraft Dungeons.
No. a lot different than Minecraft.
It's not.
I
quite
knew
the
it
same
was
as Minecraft.
very different than Minecraft, but I didn't know how much. Like how much the
I'm gonna
very.
give this guy a super feathery tail.
I like it. I like Minecraft Dungeons. But this is snow.
Hello, Snow. Look at
Snow.
Snow's beautiful. You can put your owls, your creatures, anything. You would like an ocean theme. Okay, so we'll put an ocean theme up. We did
Sing song.
whales our first week, so maybe we can do octopuses. Who would like to do octopuses?
Sure. Octopuses. I'm gonna throw in a vote for vampire squid.
Vampire squid. Okay.
If this continues to October, I know what I'm throwing in there. A sing
It will
song.
continue to. You know what? It will continue as long as we need to do it for weekly. But if things get back to a little bit more normal, you guys get back to school,
Yeah.
and camps and stuff, we'll do it once a month or twice a month on weekends, or just have it available for you guys to watch. We'll continue doing it.
If we decide to do it weekly, it's gonna have to change to weekends if I'm gonna be on. So I'll be at school until 3 on days.
So look at her planning ahead. Okay, so next week, guys, we will do an ocean theme. You want to change your camera so you can look right into it? You go for it.
And move this. There we go. My socks
Because we
are
want to tell you guys, have a great week the rest of the week. Thank you for joining us on birds. And if you had any questions, I didn't see too many in
This
in
is
the
snow.
Sophie's going to show her pictures.
I know it shows It shows Rosie on the back. This is sing song.
Sing song for parrot. A griffin. Okay. Octopus and sea turtles. Okay.
And this is my flamingo Rosie.
Flamingo Rosie. All right. You know what? How about we go back to how we all started. We'll go under the sea next week with some octopus and some sea turtles, and we'll do an undersea scene. I'll throw in my mermaid probably. 'Cause I'm a
Mermaid.
of my own. But
I'm a
we'll do
mermaid in
octopus
real
and sea
life.
turtles, and then the week after we will go back to fantasy creatures like we did a dragon. So maybe we'll do a griffin. We'll do some fantasy creatures. So thank you so much for joining us, and we hope that
I'm a mermaid in real life a bit, but I'm not an ocean mermaid in Minecraft.
No, you don't like the ocean environment. So thank you for joining us. Stay safe, and we will see you guys next week for some ocean under the sea adventure again.
Bye.
Thanks very much for joining us.
Stay home.
We have
stay
Roblox
safe.
Minecraft. Okay. Roblox Minecraft is now on the list for things that we can do in the near future. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.